Hey Hacker News. Today I'm talking about Taro, which is a private software engineering community focused on career growth. Taro helps software engineers at the top tech companies to get onboarded and promoted significantly faster. And the core insight is that so much of career growth has been dependent on who you know at the company, whether you have a good manager, a good mentor, or even a good friend who can tell you the inside scoop about succeeding at the company, navigating the performance review system, picking a good project, picking a good team. And especially now in a post-pandemic world where a lot of us are hybrid or remote, a lot of that informal conversation, a lot of that informal insight is no longer available to us. And so Taro is trying to fill in the gap and make a really robust data set of advice and wisdom for software engineers to navigate their career. And so a core part of this is a high quality question and answer database, a Q&A database. And what you can see is that we have real engineers asking questions relevant to their position and their level. And so you have a Series B startup, Google, Amazon, Meta, and this makes it really easy for me as someone new to Taro to come in and learn from all of the wisdom and insight of these questions. I can learn from what kinds of questions are people asking based on the company and level, and that can also give me a hint about what kind of behaviors are people at different levels exhibiting, and how might I want to adapt or change to grow in my own career. And so one example I like to show is this one about how do you convey impact for non-product technical efforts like adding tests and fixing crashes, which is, I think, something a lot of big tech engineers face. And what you can see here is a ton of really valuable insight from people in the community who have worked at a bunch of different companies, including video response. And so, of course, this is really valuable for the person who is receiving the answer, but also it's very valuable for people who essentially want to be on the fly on the wall and learn from the advice given in this Q&A, right? And now I can adapt it immediately into my own problem, my own situation, or I could even go ahead and ask my own question. Another big part of Taro is this idea of having case studies, which we have found to be super effective. You can actually learn from specific stories of how people have switched jobs or picked a project and landed it in order to get a promotion. And so here's an example of Alex talking about how he left from Meta to Robinhood, and within a month, he was already the tech lead in Robinhood. And there's a lot of really applicable lessons we can learn and apply to your own job based on the case study. And the other big part of Taro is that we're indexing everything by company, level, and topic, right? So depending on where I am in my career, I could pick a particular topic or level. And so let's say I'm at Google, then I can go into the Google tag and I can see all of the questions and answers for people who are at Google. And this makes it really easy for me to get the insight and the wisdom that I can now apply into my own job and into my promotion or whatever it is my career goal. And so the goal is that Taro, we want it to become the premier destination for top engineers to be able to advance their career. We are not focused on coding because what we have found is that your raw coding ability, how fast you code, for example, doesn't actually translate into how high up or how quickly you'll advance your career as an engineer. So we're specifically not focused on coding, and instead all the other parts of a software engineering job that are actually more critical to success. And we're also not focused on helping you switch jobs. We're not focused on interview prep. We really are focused on how can we make you more impactful as an engineer in the company that you currently work at. So if you have any feedback, would love to hear it and understand what other upskilling products you all use. Thanks for checking it out.